Hello, this time we'll talk about rotary spreader or drop-in spreaders. On the screen, you'll see a table with the technical specifications of these spreaders. However, today we'll discuss the differences between them and the special functions that make them unique. These are spreaders pulled behind us that release fertilizer at their base. In today's test, we'll have two types. One operated with a lever for fertilizer release and one operated by this handle, through a cable, which provides an extra layer of safety. This one is from Cellfast, and this one is from Gardena. You need to be a bit careful with the lever-operated one because it doesn't have a separate shutter for dosing the fertilizer, and the risk of blockage or leaving more fertilizer on the lawn increases considerably. With Gardena, this risk is reduced. But this spreader, based on some feedback received, has shown that there's a considerable risk that, at a hop or due to carelessness during a turn, you might leave the shutter open, risking to leave a lot of fertilizer on the lawn. After a week or two, you might think you've applied correctly, but instead, you'll see some streaks in the lawn. Well, this happens because there's a risk that these two might get blocked. However, they're very good for seeding. For seeding, I also recommend them, but for fertilizers, pay close attention. After discussing drop-in spreaders, let's talk about rotary spreaders. Rotary because they run on wheels and have this mixer here, this spreader that spins and evenly distributes the fertilizer. This time we have two models, one from Scott's, EasyGreen, and a more efficient one from ICL, AccuPro 1000. These two models are more efficient than the drop-in types because you can cover a much larger area. The hopper is larger. This one has 18 kilograms, and this one has 10 kilograms. In the table I showed you earlier, you can see approximately what you can distribute with them. EasyGreen from Scott's is probably one of the most widely used lawn fertilizer spreaders. It's a basic model, very useful, and the shutter is operated by this handle where there are also settings for applying fertilizers and seeds. This one is a much more performant model, much more robust. As you can see, it has rubber wheels, so you can even apply fine sand. But it has a feature that sets it apart from the others, namely side spread control. Side spread control practically helps you distribute the edges from a distance of about 30 centimeters from it. You don't have to stay within 1.5 meters of it, as you do with Scott's. It won't cut down on grams per square meter, but it will just adjust the angle, as you can see on the screen. This feature is very useful for those who want to pay maximum attention to the fertilizer about to be distributed. The dosing shutter is done very simply through this lever. The lever, together with a rod, forms the shutter opening system. It's much safer, much more stable, and eliminates from the start any potential weakness, as with the cable-operated one. For these types of rotary spreaders, manufacturers recommend alternating rows by 30 to 40 centimeters. Just as we discussed with the manual ones, it's ideal to test at a low setting to see how much fertilizer you distribute in 1, 2, 3, or even 4 rounds. It's better to start at a lower setting. As I said, it's better to make 2, 3, or even 4 rounds because then you'll be sure to evenly distribute the fertilizer. Let me tell you a few tips and tricks before the practical testing. Don't leave fertilizers in containers and always clean them to prevent dirt buildup, which can hinder the fertilizer distribution process later on. Lubricate the component parts to ensure they'll function for a long time. Don't open the shutter before the wheels start spinning, because this way, you eliminate the risk of spilling a large amount of fertilizer or blocking the spreader itself. Always irrigate after applying with approximately 5 liters of water per square meter. The testing is identical in terms of area to the manual spreaders. One interesting and expected thing. As you can see, the one without a shutter left a lot of fertilizer at the edges. Gardena, on the other hand, didn't. What you see on the screen now are the results of the practical test, results that I hope will help you make a good choice for a fertilizer spreader according to your lawn's needs. If you like this material, hit like. Subscribe to stay updated with future videos. And don't forget that until next time, grass will grow in the field and turf in your yard.